Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over why is isolation needed. Now, the question arises, why is isolation needed? What is the significance behind being isolated? What is the importance behind being to yourself, being secluded from, the rest of society or the rest of the world, or however you want to put it? Many people tend to believe that being alone or being isolated is the same as being lonely, where if you're lonely you are missing someone, or you're missing something, or you just can't stand being by yourself, you just can't stand being alone. Well, I believe, if you're being called to be in isolation, if you're being called to be by yourself, if you're called to be to yourself, it's all in alignment with your will. All right, it's all within your reality. The universe has orchestrated you to be put in this isolation period. The universe has orchestrated itself for you to be in your isolation period. Now, when we think of individuals such as Yeshua, Buddha, Prophet Muhammad, Leonardo da Vinci, Pythagoras, Lord Shiva, Baba G, all these different individuals, what do these individuals that I mentioned have in common? They were all in isolation. They were all in their isolation period. They were all to themselves, right? The universe has orchestrated them to be by themselves. It was within their realities. It was within their destiny to be in isolation, right? Because the most silent mind can hear God the loudest. The most silent mind can hear God the most. And that's why these great individuals were able to do many great things on this planet, because they were in isolation and because they were focused on their purpose, and they were focused on their why and why they were put on this earth in the first place, to where they were able to focus on themselves and focus on their purpose, focus on their craft, and focus on their work. All right. So in this video, I'm going to be going over why isolation is needed for your overall well-being, mentally, physically, spiritually, all the above. All right. So let's not waste any time, and let's go ahead and get started. Class is in session. So, why is isolation good for you and your overall well-being? Well, put it simply, it is to know thyself. To know thyself. Now, many people, including me, we don't know who we are. We don't know who we truly are. And what do I mean by that? We don't know why we are here. We don't know our purpose. We don't know who we truly are underneath the veil. We don't have that self-realization about ourselves. We don't know our true purpose here on this planet. We don't know our gifts, our capabilities, our talents, our motivations to, keep us inspired and keep us motivated, to help everyone out, to help ourselves and to help everyone out, and to help our overall well-being and our focus and our mission on this planet. All right. So our purpose, our drive, our well-being, our spirits, our souls, everything is beyond this physical realm. Every decision that we make, every choice that we make, the actions that we take, our words that we speak on a day-to-day basis, everything goes beyond this physical realm. Everything goes beyond this third dimensional realm. All right, it creates every decision you make and every action that you take create ripple effects within the universe. All right, and everything is beyond this physical realm. So when we take the time to know ourselves and to understand ourselves, then that's when we start to lay the foundation and lay that groundwork into taking those baby steps to understanding who we truly are and why we need to be in this isolation period, to focus on our craft and to focus on our purpose and to focus on our work. All right. So, another question arises. How are you able to know who you are if you never spend time with yourself? We become so distracted within the outside world. We try to, find the latest thing to do. We go to all these events, going to these concerts, going, on these extravagant vacations and things of that nature. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those specific things, but most of the time when we try to do these things and we're trying to, just find something to do, we're always trying to preoccupy ourselves, watching the latest Netflix shows, watching TV, scrolling aimlessly on social media. We never take the time to, enjoy our own company. We always get bored and we're always, bored with ourselves. We always got to find something to do. you know, Once we're able to learn how to be in isolation, once we're able to learn how to enjoy our own company, once we learn how to enjoy being to ourselves and being, alone by ourselves, then that's when we start to, develop a great relationship with ourselves. We start to, commune with the entire universe. We start to commune with God. We start to commune with our higher selves. And then we understand our purpose in life. We're able to, do the many great works within ourselves to better ourselves, to, think of extraordinary things, elevate our consciousness, elevate our mind, elevate our spirits, elevate our physical capabilities. All right. So how are you able to know God if you don't know yourself? How are you able to know yourself if you don't know God? See what I'm saying here? So the main thing, the most simple, basic answer on why isolation is needed is for you to know yourself. And once you are truly capable of knowing yourself, then that's just a step in the door right there. Or that's the gateway to your overall destination. All right. So once one knows thyself, one can discover/focus on their gifts and talents. So once you're able to be to yourself, have more time to think about, what you want to do in this life or what you are destined to do on this planet. Many people are able to come up with, a business. You might have a great business mind. You might create a health and wellness type business where you are able to help people in regards to, nutrition and, exercise and all these different things. You might come up with a mental health business. We're able to help people mentally who are going through, mental problems and, psychological problems and things of that nature. You might have a great business mind. You want to come up with your own business. Or you might want to be a content creator. You might be good at, talking in front of the camera. You might, might go into different avenues, whether it be entertainment or spirituality or, video games and things of that nature. You might be an entertaining type of person. You could be a content creator. You could go into music. You can delve into music. You might discover that you might have musical talents and musical capabilities. It's endless. All right. Many people have different talents, many different gifts and opportunities that they can, indulge in and to, spread their talent all across the world. Because we all have different talents. We all have different, strengths that we can indulge in to help ourselves and to help people all around us. So once we're in this isolation period, we're able to focus on our gifts. We're able to focus on our craft. We're able to focus on the things that we are good at, to where we can, better ourselves every single day, and we can replicate that onto the outside world. All right. So all this, focus on your gifts and talents. You are focusing on your purpose. What is your purpose? I have a video titled how to find your purpose in life. I'll leave that link down in the description. You guys want to check that out. So it's all about discovering your purpose, discovering your why. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? What has God placed you on this earth to do? What has the universe manifested you on this earth to do? All right. So this creates a balance of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Now, once you're able to, know thyself, once you're able to know who you are as a person, as a spiritual being, and why you are here, once you're able to discover your gifts and talents and your purpose, your drive, your why. Why are you here? And this creates spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. Or you start to become, happy. You start to find, joy and happiness in what you do. You're just not, you're not walking around, on this earth, going to your 9 to 5 job that you hate, repeating this same cycle over and over and over again, going through this same rat race over and over and over again, just doing something just for a paycheck. All right. So once you're able to discover, what you're passionate about, what you're happy about, what makes you happy, what, fulfills you, or what lifts you up to a high degree to where, it doesn't even feel like work. It doesn't feel like, something that you're forced to do or something that you have to do. You enjoy doing this. You enjoy, fulfilling your purpose. You enjoy doing the things that you're doing. All right. So this is a great opportunity for you to develop, your overall health. It plays a big part in your health. You look younger, you look better, you look glowing. It just it uplifts you. All right. So once you're able to have that spiritual well-being, then that leads to mental and emotional well-being. And once you have that mental and emotional well-being, it plays a big part on your physical as well. It plays a big part on your physical well-being as well. All right. So which will drive/motivate one to create a legacy for themselves. Now, those individuals that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, they're able to create a legacy for themselves. That's why we all know them to this day. They existed hundreds and, thousands of years ago, but we still remember them to this day. And why is that? Why do we remember these individuals still to this day? Because they create a legacy for themselves. They create a huge legacy for themselves. They were able to play their part within this world. They were able to play their role on this earth. They had different roles. They had different, messages. They had different jobs and capabilities and talents, but they all played a positive and a significant role within this life. All right. So are you willing to leave a legacy? Are you willing to, what do you want to be remembered by? What do you want to be remembered for? That's the most important thing. Those are the type of questions that you need to ask yourself. And even if you're not willing to leave a legacy on this planet, isolation is still a great way for you to just focus on yourself and to focus on your well-being. Because when you're constantly distracted by external things, your mind is so bombarded and you're always trying to find something to do and you just can't sit down with yourself. No wonder you're going crazy. No wonder you're, emotionally unstable and all these different things and all these factors that play. All right. So these individuals were able to leave a legacy. They were able to leave a positive impact on the world, and they impacted, millions and billions of people on this earth till this day. All right. So why is isolation needed? Basically, to know thyself. So how are you able to know who you are if you don't spend time with yourself? How are you able to listen to God? How are you able to hear God's voice? How are you able to listen to your higher self? Your higher self is always speaking to you all the time, every single day. But we're not able to hear that inner voice if we're not able to commune with ourselves. All right. So once one knows thyself, one can discover their focus. One can discover/focus on their gifts and talents. All right. So what is your gift? What is your purpose? And what is your why? This creates a balance of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. All right. Mental, physical, spiritual. These are all the 3 planes of our existence. Once all these 3 planes of existence come into harmony, we're able to have that emotional balance. We're able to, have that fulfillment and that joy and that love within ourselves to focus and to drive within our passions. All right. Which will drive/motivate one to create a legacy for themselves. So are you willing to create a legacy for yourself? What do you want to be remembered by 300 years from now, 500 years from now? What is your plan to, what is your greater purpose? What is your greater plan for the universe? What is your greater plan? What are you willing to do? What type of legacy are you willing to leave within this planet? All right, and what do you want to be remembered by? All right. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully this be able to help you out. If you're feeling, you feel like you're, lonely, or, you don't feel like, people misjudge you and think you're to yourself or by yourself. They might call you a loser and things of that nature. Take this opportunity, watching this video, to understand that you are not, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not lonely. You're really not alone, basically. The universe is always with you. The universe is always by your side. The unseen is always with you. You may not be around anybody physically, but the unseen, the spiritual, is always with you, always trying to communicate to you. So the universe has put you in this isolation period where you are by yourself, so that it can come in contact with you, so it can speak to you, so it can have a relationship with you, so God can have that relationship with you and tell you what your why is, and to drive you and to create the works that you were meant to do. All right. So till next time, and always remember, all power resides from within, and always keep the faith, because God in the universe is always working for you. Take care, guys. God bless.